Okay, thank you. All right. Next question. Again, a development question. And it was asked, I believe, in the last debate as well. Several of the questions submitted to the debate committee referred to the frustration over the undeveloped parcels just across the street here in the Jefferson Park Business District. Buildings were demolished on those sites 10 years ago, and nothing new has been built. What is your vision for revitalizing these properties, and how would you achieve your goals, starting with Alderman Arena?
Thank you. We've seen that we can work with the community to come up with our vision. Six Corners has a master plan that we did 4 years ago that built on the conversations of almost a decade before that. That process included residents, property owners, businesses, sitting down on tables with maps spread out to define what are opportunities for redevelopment. We're talking about 4901 West Irving Park Road and the Bank of America corner right now that are in conversations with developers. And 4901 was widely well received at a community meeting of over 100 people that were bringing investment, businesses, and revitalizing a vacant business with a theater, grocery, and potentially a Starbucks and the first Culver's in the city of Chicago. Those are the kinds of things we can do when we come together and plan and talk about what we need to do. Here we need to do that in Jefferson Park. We have an opportunity across the street and have had conversations with the developer because we own some of that land as a city. So we are an investor at the table. And we need to see some residential development right here by the biggest transit center on the northwest side. Mixed use would be a perfect use there. I've had personal conversations with folks that are right across the alley about what they would like to see. What is an acceptable scale? How do we design it so that it creates the best opportunity for our economy while making sure that we're preserving their quality of life?
Thank you. John Garrido, please.
The gravel lots that we have around here have been sitting vacant for decades. And they're being used as parking lots. I think that to motivate the developer, and most of them or many of them are, some are city lots, but some of them are held by the same developer. We need to sit down with the developer, and we need to hold them accountable. There's certain requirements if you're going to use them as a parking lot. There's different things you have to do with landscaping. There's guardrails that we set up. There are certain things that you're supposed to do that aren't being done. Those lots, I believe, are being operated on a cash deal. That's revenue that's not coming into the city, and I'm not sure if it's being reported or what's going on there. But we need to hold these developers accountable for these properties because they're an eyesore. Let's face it, regardless of what your position is or opinion is of this developer, he needs to fix these lots up, make them presentable, and either do something with them or sell them.
Thank you. Alderman Arena.
Well, paving them is not a vision, John. Paving them isn't an economy. There's no value to us from a property tax standpoint or an economy standpoint to just paving vacant lots. We've asked you and run against you twice now, and for the last 4 months, haven't heard a single thing about what your vision is, and you were just asked a direct question about what is your vision for this? What would you put there? The conversation with the developer has been happening. We've sat down with them, we've talked about it. There's financial, requirements that have to be met in terms of to get somebody to start investing in a property. But going to the developer and saying, pave this, put plants on it, does nothing for us. We need to plan, we need to work together and come up with a vision. I have shown that I have a vision, and that vision comes from tens, hundreds of conversations with my communities.
Thank you. Thank you. So, John Garrido, please, 1 minute rebuttal.
I don't think I said pave the lots. What I said is there are requirements to hold the lot.
You have to pave it to meet those requirements, John.
Wait. Alderman Garrido, let him finish.
An opportunity to speak. This developer can develop these lots within the zoning that's there. He can start tomorrow if he wants to. How long does it take? They've been sitting empty for the 3.5 years that you've been here, and how many years before that? What are you doing to motivate, to get him? The vision is, here, how about we get the developer, if he's not gonna do anything with the lots, work out a deal and have him sell them to another organization that wants to put a photography museum there. There are other things that can be done. Yes, I want to have these lots developed, but just looking the other way and allowing them to continue to use them as parking lots, and some might say illegal parking lots, that's not a plan, that's not a vision.
Okay. Move on to the next question.